Ever wonder what would happen if you swallowed liquid from a fish's body every single day? Sounds gross when I put it that way, right? But millions of people do exactly that. Now here's something wild. According to the latest market research in 2023, the global fish oil supplement market reached $2.1 billion in 2022 and is expected to grow by 7.2% annually through 2030. That's a lot of fish juice. But are we just feeding an industry, or are we actually feeding our brains? So let's start with the basic question. What exactly are these omega-3 everyone's talking about? They're essential fatty acids, essential meaning our bodies can't produce them on their own. We need to get them from our diet. The stars of the omega-3 show are EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. I know, tongue twisters. Let's just call them the dynamic duo of brain health. EPA is like your body's firefighter, helping reduce inflammation throughout your system. A 2023 meta-analysis in the British Journal of Nutrition found that EPA supplementation significantly reduced key inflammatory markers in adults. Meanwhile, DHA is literally a building block of your brain, making up about 20% of the cerebral cortex, according to research published in the journal Nutrients in 2022. Think about that for a second. A fifth of your thinking hardware is made from something your body can't produce on its own. That's like having a car that can't manufacture its own engine parts. You've got to source them from somewhere else. Where do these magical molecules come from naturally? Primarily fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and anchovies. They get their omega-3 from consuming algae, which, fun fact, is why vegetarians can now get algae-based omega-3 supplements instead of fish oil. But here's where things get interesting. The American diet has changed dramatically over the last century. Our omega-3 intake has plummeted while our omega-6 intake, another type of fatty acid found in vegetable oils, processed foods, etc., has skyrocketed. According to research published in the journal BMJ Open in 2022, our ancestors maintained an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of roughly 1:1. Today, the average American's ratio is between 15:1 and 20:1. Both omega-6 and omega-3 are essential fatty acids, but they have different effects in your body. Omega-6 tends to promote inflammation, which we need in moderation for immune function, while omega-3 tends to reduce it. They use the same enzymes in your body, so when one is much higher than the other, it's like they're competing for limited resources. Could this massive shift be affecting our health in ways we're only beginning to understand? That's what we'll explore next as we look at the deficiency problem, but before that, let's run a quick poll. Do you currently take fish oil supplements? A. Absolutely, every day. B. Sometimes when I remember. C. Nope, sounds fishy to me. D. Wait, what's fish oil? I'll share how your answers compare to national trends later in the video. Now that we understand what omega-3 is, let's talk about something concerning. Most of us aren't getting enough of them. This might explain why, according to the most recent analysis from the Global Nutrition and Health Alliance in 2023, an estimated 70% of Americans have suboptimal levels of omega-3 in their blood. 70% of Americans with suboptimal levels. That's right, 7 out of 10 people walking around potentially shortchanging their brains and bodies of these essential nutrients. Let that sink in. If you're in a room with 10 people, odds are 7 of you could use more omega-3 in your life, including possibly you. But wait, how would you even know if you're deficient? Great question. Signs of potential omega-3 deficiency include dry, flaky skin, brittle nails, attention problems, joint pain and stiffness, dry eyes, and mood swings. Of course, these symptoms could be caused by many things. The only way to know for sure is through testing, which we'll talk about later. For now, let's address the elephant in the room. Did you know some researchers believe our modern omega-3 deficiency could be linked to the rising rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline? A 2022 study in translational psychiatry actually found correlations between lower omega-3 status and increased depression risk in over 20,000 participants. It's a fascinating area of research that's still developing, but the potential connections are compelling. Let's now explore exactly what happens in your body when you start taking fish oil regularly. So what actually happens when you start taking fish oil supplements regularly? Let's break it down by time frame. After 1 to 2 weeks, most people don't notice much yet, but inside your body, omega-3 levels in your blood are beginning to rise. Some people report slightly better skin moisture. After 1 month, this is when things get interesting. According to a 2023 meta-analysis in Frontiers in Nutrition, many people begin to notice reduced joint discomfort and less morning stiffness around this time. After 3 months, this is the sweet spot where research shows the most significant changes. A landmark study in 2023 found measurable improvements in cardiovascular markers after 12 weeks of supplementation. Even more impressively, research from Massachusetts General Hospital published in 2022 found that 3 months of omega-3 supplementation led to measurable increases in brain volume in areas associated with aging. Yes, you heard that right. Regular omega-3 consumption may actually help maintain brain volume as we age. And when it comes to brains, size matters. But wait, there's more. Other potential benefits supported by recent research include reduced inflammation markers, improved mood stability, better focus and attention, support for eye health, improved sleep quality, and better skin hydration. Omega-3s appear to benefit multiple body systems, with the strongest evidence for brain health, cardiovascular function, and inflammation reduction. Benefits typically become noticeable after 1 to 3 months of consistent supplementation. Remember that poll I asked you to answer earlier? Here are the results compared to national data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, which found about 37% of Americans report regular fish oil use. How did our community compare? I bet we're above average in our health consciousness. Now, I'm about to share something really practical that most supplement companies won't tell you. Later in the video, I'll reveal the one thing you should check on every fish oil bottle that 97% of people miss. The simple storage trick that can double your supplement's shelf life, a specific time of day when taking fish oil could improve absorption by up to 65%, and the freezer hack that completely eliminates those dreaded fish burps. These simple tweaks could be the difference between wasting your money and actually getting the full benefits. But before I share those secrets, and before you rush out to buy the cheapest fish oil you can find, there's something critical you need to know about quality that might change your approach completely. Now for the part the supplement industry might not want you to hear, fish oil is highly susceptible to oxidation, meaning it can go rancid easily. And rancid fish oil doesn't just taste bad, it can potentially increase inflammation in your body, the exact opposite of what you want. A shocking study published in Scientific Reports in 2023 tested 153 fish oil supplements from 13 countries and found that 47% exceeded international standards for oxidation. So how do you avoid the bad stuff? Here are my top tips. Check for third-party testing. Look for supplements verified by organizations like USP, NSF, or IFOS. Smell test. If your capsules smell extremely fishy or like paint thinner, they might be rancid. Consider the form. Triglyceride forms may be better absorbed than ethyl esters, confirmed by a 2023 study in European Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Look for darkness and antioxidants. Quality supplements use dark bottles and add vitamin E to prevent oxidation. Store properly. Keep in the refrigerator after opening. And here's a little industry secret. Sometimes more expensive isn't always better, but extremely cheap fish oil is almost always poor quality. You get what you pay for. Personally, I keep my fish oil in the fridge and take it with my largest meal of the day to maximize absorption. Speaking of absorption, did you know that how you take your fish oil can dramatically impact how much your body actually uses? Recent research has uncovered simple tricks that could significantly increase effectiveness. Let's look at optimal usage next. The secret to maximizing absorption? Take your fish oil with a meal containing other healthy fats. A study in 2022 found that omega-3 absorption increased by up to 65% when taken with a meal versus on an empty stomach. Another tip: if you struggle with fish burps, you know what I'm talking about, try freezing your capsules before taking them. This delays the release until they're further down your digestive tract. Now, let's talk dosage. Based on the most recent guidelines from the International Society for the Study of Fatty Acids and Lipids, 2023, for general health, 250 to 500 milligrams combined EPA and DHA daily. For specific cardiovascular concerns, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams daily, under doctor supervision. For inflammatory conditions, 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams EPA and DHA may be beneficial, clinical supervision recommended. Remember though, more is not always better. Too much fish oil can thin your blood excessively and cause other issues. Of course, supplements aren't the only option. You can get your omega-3s directly from food. A 3-ounce serving of wild salmon provides about 1,500 milligrams of omega-3s. Sardines pack about 1,200 milligrams in just 3 ounces. Flax seeds and walnuts contain ALA, which converts to EPA and DHA, though less efficiently. The benefit of food sources? They come packaged with other nutrients that work synergistically with omega-3s. Now I promise this would be honest and balanced. So let's address something important. Not everyone believes the fish oil hype. Some recent large-scale studies have found mixed results. For example, a 2023 systematic review in JAMA Cardiology found inconsistent benefits for cardiovascular outcomes across different populations. So, quality matters enormously with fish oil. Take it with fatty meals for better absorption, follow recommended dosages, and consider getting omega-3s from food when possible. And remember that science is evolving. Not all studies show the same benefits. So, should you take fish oil? Here's my take after all this research. If you regularly eat fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week, you may not need supplementation. If you rarely eat fish, have dry skin, joint pain, mood issues, or family history of cognitive decline or heart problems, omega-3 supplementation might be worth considering. The strongest evidence supports omega-3s for brain health and cognitive function, reducing inflammation, supporting heart health, managing dry eye symptoms. But remember, supplements are just that, supplements to a healthy diet and lifestyle, not replacements. As always, talk to your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement, especially if you take medications or have health conditions. I hope you found this deep dive into fish oil helpful. If you did, it would mean the world to me if you'd give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Why? Because it helps more curious minds like you find evidence-based information in a sea of confusing health claims. Let me know in the comments, do you take fish oil? Have you noticed any differences? I'd love to hear your experiences. Also, please note that I'm not a doctor or health expert, just a curious person sharing what I've learned. Always do your own research and consult health professionals before making changes to your diet or supplements. Until next time, stay curious, my friends.